Greetings, God's folks. So, in this day and time where we're trying to cross all our T's and dot all our I's and make sure that we are very aware of how we're moving and the things and people that are around us, I just want to, you know, put a bug in somebody's ear and, encourage people to be mindful of the people that they are interacting with and the people that you may be in the same vicinity of. There are people that are significant enough and people that show you genuine love and care, and those people that are important to you, that you should nurture that connection and relationship with, and also be intentional about sustaining relationships and prioritizing that, but then also keeping in mind, you know, the authenticity of people. And one might say, what do you mean by that, Bree? Well, it's a very tricky time that we're living in where there's a lot of things that is very, very sketch, very, very sus, as a lot of us will say. So, what is the authenticity of these individuals that we may encounter? Because there's so much chaos in the earth, as we know, there's so much stuff going on in the world that we really can't identify sometimes by looking at people, their authenticity. Some people are mindlessly existing and some people are actual robots or bots, right? Like kind of like the movie I, Robot, right? Not saying that it's going to be somebody that is made up of all of this metal, but even people, fleshly beings, right? That just maybe some kind of different and not in the way that is like people that are soul filled people, you know, people that may not have the likeness of your DNA, of your essence. Being mindful of the people that you are in connection community with and the people that you are talking to. Being very cautious in a way where your interaction, you are making it your intention to make sure that the interaction is positive, that the interaction remains peaceful, even if you have to steer that and you have to control that energy and that interaction, because we're living in a day and time where it's really sketchy and there's a lot of people that are very questionable. So checking the authenticity of people, their energy, and being able to read it, like how we say read the room, right? Also, doing an energetic and just an evaluation of the authenticity of the individual that you are in contact with. These things that are happening, the things that are unfolding, and all of these random acts of chaos and violence and all of the darkness and things, it's not only because people are intoxicated. That's definitely something that we should be mindful of, but also we should be aware of, and it may sound a little outlandish to people that are not on the frequency, that are not tapped into what I'm talking about. It is very important that we are mindful of, the authenticity of some of these people. What are they made of? Because I know I might lose some people in where I'm going and what I'm saying without me trying to get too specific with certain wording and things. But I think if you tapped in and you know what I'm talking about, if you know, then you know. What is the authenticity of the individuals that we not only interact with, but these people who are doing these random acts of violence or creating casualties, right? Again, that might be a little, far off. That might be a bit much for some people, but if you tapped in, then you tapped in. And if you know, then you know. So, this message is just, want to offer this to somebody. Be very mindful and aware of the people that you are coming in contact with, and question the authenticity of their nature of the being, right? Anyway, this is my sci-fi message. I hope y'all have a beautiful and wonderful day. Keep your eyes and ears open. Keep your head on a swivel. Ashe.